videotaping?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I couldn't do the how to get your resin to cure in an hour or two because the weather's not really suiting it right now. But I'll try it maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I will have that video up to show you. I mean, I could do it now, but it would probably take a little bit longer. Not as long as it would take normally to cure, but still it would be longer than it would be with my little technique or whatever. So I'm just going to show you different ways to color your resin and some other tips or whatnot. So first tip is I glaze sometimes with these, and these are just a one-time use with resin. And then when you're done glazing, this is what your brush looks like. See it? It's like this, hard as rock. And so what I do is I just take it off the stick, and you can use this to, I don't know if you can see that there's some that needs to be shaved off here. I mean, this is if you have no files at all, or, you know, just a little quick fix. You can use it to file, so it's kind of a dual purpose because it's going to go in the garbage anyways. Now on with the painting the resin before the stuff gets too hot. Let's see here. This is the Scribbles white with clear. And let's see here. Look, get over here. And I'm not chintzy with anything I put in my resin, so I always just add a lot. And see, it gets stringy at first, if you can see. Can you notice the stringiness? Okay. If you just stir and stir and stir.
It's like glue.
And then now, what does it look like?
Glue.
Besides glue, knucklehead.
Frosting.
Is it all completely white? Can you see
Yeah.
it in there? See? And that's with Scribbles. So that was A. And another tip, I always store all of my molds like this, upside down, so they don't attract dust. Even in the case with the lid on it, I still put them upside down. It just, Arizona gets a lot of dust, and I don't want to deal with it, I guess. Alright, here's the resin dye. And this is red, even though that's blue. And that, you only need, I just did 2, but you probably only need 1. And these aren't, that's not the opaque colors, so, but it will be see-through. And this is specifically for resin, and I'm throwing in a whole bunch of bubbles and stuff. Nothing a heat gun won't take care of. I noticed Famo wood is very forgiving when it comes to, let's see, it's like a translucent red. Can you see that? And you can always, I don't know, let's see here. And I know this stuff will end up curing. I mean, that's a big old squirt. And see, that's like blood, which is awesome. See it, Kelly? Can you see it? But it's not going to go opaque. They do have resin dyes that are opaque. I just haven't gotten one yet. So, but yeah, that's cool. And I'm going to do something else with this in a little while. Now I'm going to try the Craftsmart acrylic paint. Make sure you shake it. Hot pink. Go for dramatic. See? A lot, but I know my pieces will cure eventually. They might be bendy at first, but they will. Give them a couple days, they will. And see, this also gets stringy, but you just keep stirring. I'm using these fruit cups and they kind of blow.
What is it?
And what is that now?
It's hot pink.
Can you see it now? Is it like solid? Is it a solid color or is it see-through?
Solid.
So, next is food coloring. I hope this is not the food coloring I added water to, because if it is, it's not going to work as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 for good measure. Why not? It's cheap food coloring. Look, you get the blood and you get splatters, and I think this might be the one I added water to. Because when you add water to food coloring, that's kind of what it does. It gets all those dots. So, or that's what the food coloring I've dealt with does. But I've added water to my food coloring to make a little turn into a full bottle, and it works great on the dominoes to make them look like blood. And that's a see-through red, pink, almost. I mean, it's red, but it's see-through. It's like the same results I was getting with the resin dye. Next is some nail paint, nail art paint that I got from Cat.
Orange.
Walk It Out 1963, and it's a pink.
That's pink.
A pink orange color. So let's see here. So you're gonna get that. You could leave it like that. That'd be cool to pour and then have that in there, but it also looks pretty neat when you mix it. And this gives you like a neon orange, which is pretty cool depending on what you're doing. Can you see that? Does it show? Mm-hmm. All right. Now we're gonna go to the Adirondack alcohol inks, which I would think is kind of the Adirondack Brights. This is watermelon. I would think these would work as the same as the food coloring. It just seems to feel the same one if you get some on your fingers. Here's 1, 2, squirt, whatever. And see, it does. I haven't even mixed it yet. And then you just do. You don't get any that much streaking at all. It just kind of automatic. It just mixes right on in. That's pretty. And I am mixing bubbles into it, but I'm not really worried about it. So, can you see what color it is? Okay. Now, next is...
Are you going to put it with the orange?
Yeah, I will. I just hope this gets rid of some questions that I've seen, you know, over and over on some of the sites. Because I know some people are new to resin, and some people haven't tried certain things, and some stuff doesn't work, and blah, blah, blah. And as you've seen, I just poured in the nail polish. Because I've noticed with some nail polishes, to get the color you want, it takes a lot of nail polish to get that color. And the nail polish will stay bendy, I think, longer than any of the other stuff that I've tried. But that's because I put a lot in it. And
it looks like green.
It does look green. It's gray, but it's green. It
looks like a dark, misty green, like green mixed with gray.
And maybe if I add more, let's see what happens. More. And I swear, this resin, it just seems like water. It's pretty thin. Yeah, it's only going more green. It looks like.
Just shine it in the light.
Can you see it?
Yeah. It's green. Like
it would work
totally
for army
green.
colors. But yeah. It's definitely not the gray that I put in it. And so, yeah, that's the problem I ran into with some. But if you use like reds and stuff, they seem to come out, you know, they'll come out some shade of red. All right. This one I'm going to do with flocking powder.
Ooh, show the flocking powder. Oh, cool. You should really have the like sitting right there so you can like while you're mixing it.
I should what? I'm trying to make a base for a cupcake, so that's why I'm adding a whole buttload.
Looks like sort of like a cinnamon thing that you put on like a cinnamon bun.
Mm-hmm. And this has a texture to it. You probably won't be able to see it, but it's because it's, you know, fibers. But you won't be able to tell when your piece cures. You shouldn't be able to tell. So that's the brown I got. I did mix a little bit of bubbles in there, but a lot of that you see is not bubbles. They're it's just the fibers from the brown.
Are these all the colors you're doing?
Huh?
Are those all the colors you're doing?
And
Oh,
we're gonna do the Pearl-Ex, but you don't need much Pearl-Ex. And this is the straight up, hold on, straight up Pearl-Ex powder. And I should do it in a smaller thing.
small cup.
And the Pearl-Ex works really pretty in these, in resin. Pearl-Ex works good on anything. Can you get the glimmer or the color change? Okay, you seen how much I added of the Pearl-Ex. And I could go for a deeper, darker color with Pearl-Ex, more solid, but I'll just leave it at that. And okay, this one I'll do my the flocking powder thing I did when I added the flocking powder to my Pearl-Ex to make my Pearl-Ex stretch. See, so you can tell it's doing what flocking powder does. It comes together.
Clumps up.
But, you know, you can sit there and mix it and it'll be less. This, when I do this or mix eyeshadows or anything else, and usually even when I do Pearl-Ex powder itself, this is how I